Hi, good morning. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Whether you're going to catch me here live in a minute or watch the replay, I am coming on an hour earlier. I had to change my schedule today, so thanks so much for your flexibility and the last minute changes. So today is my Love for You class to go. I am featuring the Love for You bundle, which is in the brand new January to April 2023 mini catalog. And the bundle is actually on page 11 if you have that catalog in front of you. It is the brand new pretty purple one. And if you don't have a copy, you can also download a copy on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com. So let me show you the three projects. I'm going to actually try to keep this about 20 minutes because I actually need to jet out of here about 9:30 a.m. Eastern this morning. So here is card number 1. Here is card number 2. And here is card number 3. And this one's a little bit of a fun fold, just that the front part is only attached on the left side, the middle. So make sure if you get the card kit, or if you get the PDF tutorial only, don't glue your card shut. So I'll talk when I show you this one a little bit more. So I absolutely love how these turned out. I created them when I was sick. I'm still recovering, so if I cough a little bit, I am so sorry. I do have a cup of chai latte. It's my first one today though, so it's getting lower. So yes, good morning, Elaine. I am early. I need to travel to go see my in-laws this morning. So let's see. I want to show you really quick the products I'm using, the Love for You bundle. So it's a photopolymer stamp set, 20 stamps, and then it has dies that coordinate. And I just love it because the dies cut out the words. And then you have all these sentiments over here and down over here. And then you have flowers too. So it's a really versatile set. And it's not the one, I'll show you really quick the paper and the embellishment. The paper I'm using is the designer series paper called Country Gingham. And that's part of the Country Floral suite. So I picked the designer paper and the embellishment from the suite, but I picked a standalone bundle. So here are the dies really quick. There's 14 dies, and thank you so much, Stampin' Up. You will see that the dies now are the same words as the bundle. So it's Love for You stamp set, Love for You dies, Love for You bundle. So that is a long time coming. And I know one of these kind of went for a ride, but I'm also using the Stylish Shapes. I did not check this morning, but I believe the Stylish Shapes dies are still on back order until the end of this month. They've been so popular the past few months. So the Country Floral Designer Series paper, it's 6x6. And I just want to show you this really quick if you didn't already order it. I mean, it's brand new, so you probably don't have it yet unless you're in Demonstrator. But on one side, it's Sweet Sorbet or Petal Pink. And there's a couple different patterns. And then on the other side, it's Balmy Blue or Mint Macaron. So what I did is I picked 3 colors, the Petal Pink, Sweet Sorbet, and Balmy Blue for my 3 cards. And here's the embellishments really quick. If you place your order by Friday, January 13th, 2023 at noon Eastern, I am actually going to send you a card kit. Actually, let me go there really quick before I point the camera down and we actually make the cards. So I'm actually going to stuff the cards in envelopes this time, only because the dies, the letter dies, you'll see when I point the camera down, they're really tiny. So you're going to get 6 envelopes from me. It's 3 cards, but 2 of each. Okay, so 3 designs, 2 of each. Your card packet is going to be 6 cards total with a $35 online order with the host code that is below. The host code is V as in Victor, 2, D as in David, J as in James, G as in George, 7, T as in Thomas, 9. And the link will be below. I might not get to edit this video until this afternoon, so be patient. I believe the link is already below for you, but I will add the supply list I also used. So really quick, the Pastel Adhesive Backed Sequins, if you bump up your order to $50 before tax and shipping, I am going to throw in a package of these for free. So you have 2 pieces, and one is small and one is large. Sorry, I'm like totally off camera here. One is small and one is large. And I'll talk about them when I point the camera down. So let's point the camera down, jump right in to card 1 this morning. Like I said, I want to try to keep this about 20 minutes. So I'm going to go pretty quick. I'll talk as I go. Let me point the camera down. Thanks. So if you do the online order, you will have the video everybody will have the video to watch. But if you do an online order, you will have a PDF tutorial from me as well. So let me see if I popped up in my feed. Give me 1 second, just so I can follow along and make sure I'm in the frame. This is only my 3rd video with my new setup, so I switched my office and my craft area around. So now all my supplies are in a closet, and it's so much more functional. I'm totally loving it so far. So let's start with card number 1. If you don't already follow me, I have a sweet and simple style. Some people say clean and simple. You might see, if you're a paper crafter and you're a scrapbooker, you might see CAS places, and CAS stands for clean and simple. So I call myself sweet and simple. I actually named my stamping team the Sweet and Simple Stampers. So we're going to start with card 1, which again, it's pretty simple as you can go, really. The only tricky part on all 2 of these cards, on all 3, is the letter dies, because they're really skinny. And I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to kind of get all my stuff squared away this morning, but I will give you a couple tips verbally. So actually, before I do anything, I'm actually going to do the inside. There's going to be a white piece for your inside. And I know not everybody does this, but I do prefer to do this for my customers. Oh, and I'm sorry, there's actually no stamping on this card. So card 1 is no stamping at all. And I probably shouldn't be over my other piece here. So I'm just going to do the inside. It's a white rectangle with some Stampin' Seal Plus. So let's get that in there before I forget. And like I said, not everybody does that, but I do prefer to have a white for the inside. So I know I'm going to cover up this pretty pink with the blue. So card 1 is Balmy Blue, Sweet Sorbet, and Basic White. So we're just going to throw this on with a little bit of liquid glue. And over to one side. I actually cased myself I cased 2 of these cards. So this card here, card 1, was a Casing Tuesday design. It was actually the one, I believe, for this past week, the first sketch of 2023. So let's get that on there. Let's do my white. I probably should have, oh no, I had to do this. There's a white piece, and it's not perfectly square. So before I screw it up, I just double checked against my sample. It's not perfectly square. So one of the perks about ordering the kit is you get all the dimensions from me. Okay, so, and this is a little bit tricky. I need to also make sure, these are the dies. And I'm going to make sure that this is going the right way just before I glue anything down. So yeah, that's how the much goes. So you have a couple options. I'm actually going to glue the sorbet to the Balmy Blue and then glue the Balmy Blue down to the white, if that makes sense. So that spells out much. This is love. And then at the top, it's so. It's kind of like a scripty font. So I kind of like to get my pieces aligned. I'm going to do the much first. And this is where it gets tricky because the dies get smaller and smaller as you go. So just a little bit of liquid glue. And my tip was going to be to get a toothpick, which I did do. I just ran out of time this morning. This weekend has gone by so fast. I was pretty much in the kitchen all day yesterday making soups because I just got my first ever CSA share from a local farm on Thursday. So I have all this fruits and vegetables I need to do something with, and my husband's not as adventurous of an eater as I am. So I made sweet potato and leek soup yesterday, and I made a butternut squash soup. So I was prepping vegetables, and oh my gosh, I still have more squash, ton of more potatoes, a ton of carrots. Let me just, while I'm here, I'm just going to do the other letters. So my tip was going to be to get an adhesive sheet, and I probably could go through my drawer and find it quickly, but I don't want to take time on the video. But get an adhesive sheet, put some of the liquid glue onto the adhesive sheet, and then pick it up with a toothpick. So what I think I'm going to do, and leave me a comment if you ordered the kit and you would like me to do this, is I think I'm going to use adhesive sheets. So when I die cut, especially the white letters here, they're going to have an adhesive sheet on the back. So you can just peel it off with your take your pick tool. I did not do that when I die cut these the other day. And I'm sorry, I'm pressed for time today. So I did not have time this morning to do this video an hour earlier and get my adhesive, get die cut some new ones with adhesive on it. It goes pretty quick, but so a little tiny bit of liquid glue, or if you get the kit from me, I'm going to cut these out with adhesive sheets for you. So again, so just repeat. This is going to be the same process on all three, but I'm also going to give you some tips because you don't have to do exactly what I do. All these letters are apart, so you can mix and match them. You can take your paper snips and cut them apart. So I'll give you a couple ideas. I think the second card has got potential. All of them have potential. Make sure this is going the right way. And voila. And now everything's adhered to the blue. I just need to add the blue to the white. Okay, so a little bit of liquid glue. You could probably use dimensionals here as well. These need a minute to set up. So I just moved this one, but it's totally fine. I'm just going to press it down a little bit. You have to be careful because if you don't do the adhesive sheet with these little thin things, you're going to have adhesive on your fingers. And then this little die is a little heart from the dies. And I put it down here, but you could put it anywhere you want. You could put it up top. And then to finish this card off, card number 1, I just took one of the tiny or small gold. The colors in the pastel sequins are gold, petal pink, and balmy blue. But let me just tell you, this balmy blue seems a lot brighter than this balmy blue. So the colors are a little bit brighter. So I actually preferred the gold than the balmy blue. But if you bump up your order to 50, you're going to get a whole pack from me. So again, there's one sheet small and one sheet large. Okay, so that was card number 1. So like I said, super clean and simple, sweet and simple for me. Here is card number 2. So we switched to kind of like the sweet sorbet. And I brought in some of the distressed gold specialty paper. That's from the annual catalog, this strip here. So I brought in that to go with the gold sequins that I added. So let's put together card number 2. And this one I used the word dies in kind of a different way. So let's start like how we did on card 1 and do the white. There's going to be a white insert because this is a darker color. So let's get that on the inside. And let me tell you, that is such a time saver. Like you might be like, oh, I'll put the white in later. well, then you want to mail a card and you have to like take time to put the white insert in. So I kind of learned when I mailed out, I think it was 55 Christmas cards in December. It was so hard because a whole bunch of them didn't have inserts. So I had to go up to my craft room, cut some white and vanilla inserts. It just took, the whole process was a lot harder, and it took longer. It took a lot more time. So my tip there is to put your inserts in right away. And some people like to put designer series paper, like your scraps, or stamp on the inside, and that's perfectly cool too. Hey Dee, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. I know it's early for you. So the next, I'm using the Sweet Sorbet, and I know I'm covering up the pretty blue. That's the one thing about Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper, or if you're not familiar, it's the Designer Series papers, the patterned paper, is that it's always double-sided. Unless it's like a weird specialty paper, like the gold distressed, this one that I'm going to bring in here, this one's only one-sided. It's white on the other side, but most of the pattern papers are double-sided. So you always have two sides to choose from, and sometimes it's really hard. So this I'm just going to throw on here, my little distressed gold. It actually makes quite a wow. Hopefully you can kind of see it a little bit. And then I just did a lot of tone on tone on this one. So I have a Stylish Shapes circle, Sweet Sorbet. We're going to throw that on there. And this is the one card I feel like you could move things around a bit. I'm just going to take a sip of tea. I cut out the love and the U separately. So, oh, I forgot to stamp. So let me do that really quick. I'm going out of order because the first card had no stamping. So I'm just going to bring over my Stampin' Pierce mat. Still $5. The best $5 you can purchase in the catalog. And I use this for all my photopolymer clear stamps. So in your kit, you're going to have a die cut banner from Stylish Shapes. And we're going to stamp the Happy Valentine's Day. Now, let me grab the stamp set really quick. There's a lot of other stamps here. So if you wanted to make this a happy anniversary, there's happy anniversary, there's a congratulations. Some of these other ones, I don't know if these would all fit on the banners, but like obviously the friend would. There's at least 4 that would. So let's get over my Sweet Sorbet. And I have my stamp on an H block. I have been using H blocks like they're going out of style. Okay, it's a larger block and you have more room to see around. So it works out really well for me. I think wearing glasses, and I am doing this upside down. So I'm upside down. So it's a little bit harder when I'm live. So it really helps me kind of make sure my stamp is even. So let's bring over the card again, and this is where we left off. So you have a couple options here. You can put your banner down the bottom and put your text, and I need to punch this out, so give me a second to get my other piece of my Take Your Pick tool. I don't know if you guys do this, but I do this because I have my Take Your Pick tool with the putty end, and I have the stylus end. For probably a couple years, I lost the stylus to my scoreboard. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I use it every time I craft to score my cardstock. So I've always used I was using the Take Your Pick stylus end. So when I cleaned my whole office, I started cleaning my whole office right before Christmas, I actually found the stylus. It had been lost for like years. So that was really, really awesome to find that. So now I actually can probably change this around a little bit. So I have the other piece kind of just hanging out in my little craft caddy. So I just want to take this poker edge and poke out the piece from the U is bothering me. So there it goes. Okay. So you have options here. I did the Love You up top and the Happy Valentine's Day, but you could do like this. You could change it up any way you want. So I just wanted to make sure you know you have options. And then you could do, I can't tell if there's adhesive, one more. You could also, I was thinking about this card, I think when I was sleeping, because you could totally also cut off and just do the love and cut off the Y and the O and just do love you like that with just the letter. If you want to be more like, oh, maybe you're giving a card to like a teenager. Some of you watching, I think, have grandchildren. So if you wanted to be a little more on the trendy side, so you got options. I would love to see if you change it up. If you get the kit and you change things up, let me know. I would love to see. So you can kind of sort of get your placement how you want it. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue. But if you get the kit from me, they're going to have adhesive sheet on them. I'm feeling generous today, so. Okay, so don't worry. The glue is going to dry clear. So I'm gonna get those on there. And then this one, I'm gonna do 3 gold sequins. And I'm gonna do one little one down below, down here. And then I'm gonna do a big one and a little one up top. So sorry, I'm like all over the place here. Let me try to do it this way. I'm just sprinkling them on there. I like 3s, I like 5. So if you bump your order up to 50, you'll have a whole pack, so you can use as many as you want. Okay, so that's card number 2. I'm doing pretty good on time. I'm going a little bit longer than I wanted to, but card number 3, card 3 is the last one. Here's the card, and like I said in the beginning, this is kind of a fun fold. So the left side in the middle is going to open like so. So if you get the kit or if you buy the tutorial, make sure you don't glue your card shut on the right side. Make sure you only put adhesive on the left side. So I'll talk as I go here. So again, here's going to be your kit. All your pieces are going to be in here in an envelope. And I haven't been stuffing... I haven't been stuffing the envelopes on my last couple classes to go, but this one, since there's so many of these little pieces, I feel like I have to. So let's just start at the beginning, like I did on the others, and do the insert. Rectangle, basic white. Hey, good morning, Vicki. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I saw that there was a comment from Dee that I need to look at really quick. Yeah, the H block is like game changer. Okay, so we're gonna start with some designer series paper on this little piece over here. And I have to say, I also cased this card. If you watched my live from Friday, which would have been the 6th of January, 2023, I did a live. It's only on my Facebook, Create with Christine, because I coughed so much at the end that I was like so embarrassed. I'm like, I am not putting this to my YouTube channel. So I showed a swap card from my friend Robin in Georgia, and it was the Taco Fiesta stamp set, and I cased the design for this card. So thank you, Robin. I'm going to cover up the pretty mint side here. Oh, and I forgot to stamp, so I probably should stamp. I'm really sorry. I normally stamp first and then start adhering everything. So let me go back and stamp, because I have my ink pad open and I have OCD. I hate having my ink pad open. I don't know if you guys are like that as well. But this one, I did the friend stamp. But honestly, it could be for anybody, and you could use any small word stamp you have in your stash. So if you're giving this to your kids, grandkids, a spouse, you could even write with a marker or Stampin' Blend a different word there. So let's put that aside for a minute and come back here. So the cool thing about this card, and you'll have the measurements, is this piece is actually the piece that's cut off from the card. So I think I've done one of these before. It's been a while, but then you turn it this way and it becomes the middle. So let's actually decorate this, and then so I don't have an oopsie. I'm sorry, everything is sticking to my fingers because I have a little bit of liquid glue stuck on there. You saw me trying to take it off, I think, rubbing my fingers together. So we got just a white rectangle over the petal pink, and then we're going to do the same technique. We're just going to layer, and I'm actually going to put this down and layer on top. So this is the U, this is the 4. We're just going to get our placement on here and a little tiny bit of liquid glue. So like I said, you could use, I keep forgetting what that thing is called. The mat that picks up your adhesives. So I think I mentioned it before, but I've already forgot what it's called. And a toothpick. I actually brought a toothpick because I intended to show you. So I got the toothpick part. Just ran out of time. Doing this an hour earlier, I thought, I have so much time. No, not as much time as I thought. So let's get the words on here. Oh my gosh, I can barely see this. So I am going to have the PDF tutorial for sale after the class goes out. So let's say, actually, I'm sorry, when I end the host code. So the host code is going to end on Friday, January 13th, 2023. So I'll put the PDF for sale on Saturday, January 14th. So if you're a demonstrator and you're watching, and you just want to get the PDF tutorial, you don't want to place an order, that's perfectly fine too. I'll have it for sale on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com. So, like I said, your letters, if you get the kit, if you do an order, it's a $35 order to get the 6 cards. It's the 3 designs, 2 of each. And if you bump your order up to $50, you will have a chance to earn a level 1 Sale-A-Bration item. And when I say level 1 Sale-A-Bration item, if you're new to Sale-A-Bration, it's the $50 level. So I'm going to tell you the Dainty, I think it's called Dainty. Let me look really quick. The Dainty paper has been my top seller so far in the past couple days. It's called the Dainty Flowers. The Dainty Flowers, 12 by 12. You'll see a little medallion in the Sale-A-Bration book that says free with the $50 order. So this is a 12 by 12 designer series paper. And there is a bundle. Let me just show you really quick. The Dainty Delight bundle coordinates. So that bundle is $54.75. So you could earn the paper for free if you get the bundle, which is a stamp set and coordinating dies. When you see this MC, it stands for mini catalog. That's the current purple one that's January to April 2023. That tells you what page you can find it on. And silicone matte, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That was driving me crazy because I know I said it earlier and then I couldn't remember it. So I have a lot to remember right now. So thank you so much, Elaine. So let me put on my little heart, and this one, I put it down, I put kind of like, oh, actually, let me do my, let's do the friend first. I put the little banner down here at an angle. So let's get some adhesive on here with some Seal Plus. Kind of put this on at an angle down here. And then I put the heart, and then I put some sequins and ribbon to finish this out. So this is the same heart that I cut out for card 1. We're just going to put it down underneath. And like you could totally put the friend a different place. You could totally put the heart a different place. I put 2 of the pink little sequins on the little banner here. So let's get these guys on there. The first one is not where I want it. So let me see if I can move it a little bit. My fingernail here. Well, it might be there. Oh. Well, it might be where it's where it is. So I'm just going to leave it there. And then in your kit, you're going to get a little tiny bow from me. And we're just going to throw that on with a mini glue dot. So I will tie your bows for you. One of the perks of ordering the kit. So let me just get my little glue dot on here. I'm putting the knot of the bow right to my glue dot, okay? And then I'll pick it up and try not to touch the glue with my fingers. My fingers have oils. Now they probably have glue from the liquid glue. I think it's there. And then we'll just get that on there like so. Whoops, my heart went for a ride. Okay, and then I'm ready to get this onto my card base. So this is the tricky part. You do not want to glue your card base shut. So I just put adhesive here, or you could put adhesive on the designer series paper. So just line it up. I'm just going to eyeball it. And then you'll be able to open this guy up and your card won't be glued shut. Voila! And you could totally stamp or write a message on the inside. So I totally love this card design. Thank you, Robin, for kind of reintroducing it to me in your swap. So that is the third card. So they went pretty quick. Let me recap really quick and then I will sign off. Let me just take a quick sip of tea. Okay, thank you so much. I know I coughed a little bit. I'm going to bring the camera back up at my face. I coughed a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. Not like Friday. So, to recap, if you want the card kit, which again, it's 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each, you need to place your order with the host code that's below by Friday, January 13th at noon Eastern. That's so I can start cutting everything on Friday night. I work full-time during the day, so I prep on the weekends and in the evenings. So if you bump your order up to 50, you'll be able to get a level 1 Sale-A-Bration item. So there's 7 level 1 Sale-A-Brations. I think there's 4 stamp sets and 3 designer series papers at the $50 level. So let me know if you have questions about that. You can see the catalog on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com. You could also just go to stampinup.com, or if you go to the link that has that host code in it, you can see the free Sale-A-Bration items that you can earn with a $50 level order or a $100 level order. At the $100 level Sale-A-Bration, there's 2 items. One's a stamp set, Beautifully Happy. I actually used it this past week. And there's a huge designer series paper stack. It's like 48 sheets, which a normal pack is 12 sheets. And it's really cute. It's polka dots and that sort of thing. So it's definitely my style. I think it's going to be great for Easter projects. So it's all pastels and that sort of thing. At the $50 kit level order, if you get my class to go, you can also get the Pastel Adhesive Backed Sequins from me in your kit. And I will be shipping on Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. So you have plenty of time to make your cards and get them out for Valentine's Day or just for February for like the month of love. If you are not actually sending Valentines but just want to send cards to like friends or family. I always used to get a Valentine in the mail from my mom, so a card. So it kind of warms my heart to even just they don't even have to say Happy Valentine's Day, right? Some of them just say so much love or love you. So they don't have to specifically say Happy Valentine's Day. So, and hi to Daniel. He's my nephew. His birthday's actually on Valentine's Day. So really cute to have your birthday on Valentine's Day. So all 3 are so cute, very pretty. Thank you so much, Dee. And let me know if you have questions about ordering or you need help placing an order. And I will be back next week on Sunday, hopefully live at 10 a.m. again. My normal time is 10 a.m. Eastern here at Create with Christine. But you can always catch the replay on Facebook or on YouTube at my channel, Create with Christine. Have a great week, everybody.